This is a very controversial topic. If you do it and you're successful, everyone will tell you you were stupid at the beginning and somehow others had to fix it afterwards. And if you don't do it, there's a high likelihood that nobody will tell you that you were stupid at the beginning because nobody will care. What I'm talking about is how do you build standard products that are highly scalable. And I did it often the wrong way, and I invested a lot of money to invest in highly scalable products from scratch. And if you're doing something innovative, this doesn't work. Therefore, I came to the conviction what you should do, you build your first individual product for your customer if you're B2B, or for the first cohort if you're B2C. And you choose the software platform for fastest learning. That means no code or low code, that even your marketing guys and sales guys can develop the product. Yeah, total horror vision for everyone who knows what I'm talking about. And with every new customer and every new cohort, you start from scratch. You copy the code, you add new things, you throw other things out, and you try it again. And you do this for 20 to 100 iterations. Yeah, total horror for everyone who thinks of scalable products, because you have dozens of iterations, you have dozens of codes. If you have a bug in one version, you have to implement it manually, the others, and so on. That means everyone will tell you it's stupid to do it that way. But I came to the conviction it's the right thing to do if you want to learn fast. Because why is this? Because you always start with a green field and you don't have to care about the former customer or the former cohort. Yeah? If they're happy, they're happy. And a happy customer of a product is if the product doesn't change. Therefore, leave them there. And if they're not happy, but just by adding more features and more functionalities on top of a product will not make them love your product. And the few that love your product already, they love it. Therefore, they don't expect anything than a stable product. And so you have the maximum freedom to iterate, to try out new things, to throw out things, to try different ways, and to learn with every and each iteration. And once you're sure that you have the perfect product market fit, and you know what your customers love, then you build your scalable product exactly on the blueprint of the last iteration. Don't do any experiments there, just implement what the last version did on a high scalable product. And then small improvements you do on this platform directly, and others you again fork the code, develop it in experiments, try different times, and once you have proven, then you implement it in the standard product. That sounds crazy, and especially for hardware and also whatever, also services, you always think we want to have scalable products. But think, for example, of SpaceX. They build rockets they know with high probability they will explode shortly after launch. And they do it because that is the fastest way of learning. And then they build the next rocket and the next rocket. And by that, they could outpace NASA and the brightest engineers on Earth in developing rockets. And if you can explode a rocket to learn, then you surely can, whatever, doing it handmade. I had a startup that wanted to have raise a few millions because the next version of the delivery bicycle had to be ordered in a quantity of 10,000 of bikes. And I asked them, why don't you tailor-made 20 bicycles? You give them to the customers to the price you envisioned, the market price. Obviously, you will heavily subsidize them, but it's only 20 bicycles. It's not that expensive. And then you learn with them, and the next batch of 20 bicycles, you can already implement all the learns that you have with them. And you do another batch and another batch and another batch. And that's no way how you can faster learn and implement and improve on your product until you say, now it's a perfect product and your customers love it. And obviously, what is very important, you have to make sure that with every version you have all the things in place that you can maximize learning. It doesn't make sense to have a rocket exploding and you don't know why. That means you have a lot of sensors, you talk a lot to the people and so on, to understand what's going on, what they like, what they don't like, and then you experiment. And you can be bold because it's just one customer, just one cohort. And once you have this perfect market fit, how do you get then your individual customers from the beginning that were very loyal and very helpful at the beginning to your standard product? In the B2C, you just announce a new version that is much better, and it will be much better, but obviously has some things that were not there anymore. You just move them to the new version. Some users will hate it at the beginning and then love it with the time. Some people will churn, but overall you will have much more happy, loving customers. And in the B2B, you keep them till your standard product is so superior that the benefits of changing to the standard product are outweighing the costs and the disadvantages of leaving your individual solution. That will take some time. And obviously, it will be costly to maintain those customers. But all the standard customers that are highly profitable and loving this product will pay for it. And that's the best way to produce a standard, an outstanding standard product. I'm very interested in your feedback.